Okay, dear students, yesterday I was solving the third problem. So the magnetic field BH is given in the question, and the current in a conductor, straight conductor is carrying a current of 1.5 ampere, is placed on a table such that the direction of current is east-west. So this part, what we have to get is force per unit length. So formula for force, magnetic force is BIL sin theta. We have to find out force per unit length. So FB divided by length is equal to BI sin theta. Okay, this is the formula. This is the formula for solving this problem. First, when north-south direction, east-west direction, when the current is east-west direction, see, current is going east to west. East to west means this is east, this is north, this is south, this is west. So east to west means the arrow mark will be like this. So current is flowing in the conductor wire from east to west. Okay. So what happens? The angle between the L vector and magnetic field direction is 90 degree. So this is 90 degree now. So this is 90 degree. So theta equal to 90 degree in this case. In this case, the theta value 90 degree. So force per unit length, a current carrying conductor of magnitude of current 1.5 ampere is placed on a table in east-west direction. What is the force per unit length on the conductor? This is the question. So BIL sin theta. So B is magnetic field horizontal component of Earth 3.6 into 10 power minus 5 Tesla into current I 1.5. Okay, into sin theta is sin 90 degree. Okay, so this value. Now multiply 3.6 into 1.5, 5.4. into 10 power minus 5. Okay, 10 power minus 5. Sin theta, sin 90 degree is 1. So sin 90 is 1. Sin theta is 1. So what happens then? The value is this much only. Force per unit length. So Newton per meter. So unit of force per unit length experienced by the conductor is this much. Now in the second case, north-south direction. Current is going from north to south in the conductor. Whenever this is the direction of magnetic field, assume the conductor is placed this way, means north to south direction, current is flowing from north towards south like this. Whereas the magnetic field of Earth is also in north-south direction. So theta in this case will be 0 degree. So when theta is 0, sin theta value is 0. Sin theta equal to 0. So force per unit length in this case, FB by L. Second case, east-west. North-south direction of the conductor. What will be the force experienced? North-south, theta is 0 degree. So force per unit length, FB divided by L, BIL sin theta. So B is given 3.6 into 10 power minus 5 into length, current I 1.5 into sin 0 or sin 180. Opposite if you take sin 180 it is. Sin theta is 0 or 180, anyway it's okay. Okay. So both sin 0 also, sin 180 also is 0 only. Okay. So current is north to south means north to south, whereas the magnetic field south to north. So theta 180 can take. So sin 180 is 0. So therefore the answer is force per unit length experienced by the conductor whenever it is placed along north-south direction is 0. Here the magnetic field is provided by the Earth's magnetic field. It can be some other external magnetic field in the situation, but here Earth's magnetic field force experienced by any conductor if it is north-south direction is 0. Okay, so that's all about the problem number 3. Yesterday it was incomplete, so I did it now. Just see all, note down, take a pause, note down the values. Okay, now I will go to the question number 4. So question number 4 is like this: a wire of length 0.628 meter is bent in the form of a loop. Loop means circular loop you have to take. Then the current of 2 ampere passed through it. Current of 2 ampere is passed through it. Calculate the magnetic dipole moment of the loop. Okay, magnetic dipole moment of the loop. Then what you have to get? Magnetic field at the center of the loop. And if this third part, if this loop is placed in an external magnetic field of 5 millitesla in its plane making an angle 60 degree with the field, find the torque on it. 3 numbers we have to calculate. First one is magnetic dipole moment. So magnetic dipole moment of the loop you have to find out. Say first there is a wire. The wire of length 0.628 meter. The length of the wire is 0.628 meter. Now this is converted into, it is bent into a loop like this. So the length of the wire, length of this wire is equal to the circumference of the loop. Okay, so R is the radius. So length equal to circumference. Firstly you have to take length equal to circumference. Circumference of the loop. So then what happens? The radius you can get. Length equal to 0.628. Equal to circumference is how much? 2 pi r. 2 pi r. So this implies 2 pi r equal to 2 pi r equal to 0.628. Okay. I multiply. So radius equal to take 2 pi to the denominator, 0.628 divided by 2 pi. Pi is 3.14. Now you see this is 0.628. Okay, 2 into 3.14 is 6.28. Okay, 0.628 divided by 6.28. It is just you can use calculator. Actually not required. It is 1 by 10 or 0.1 meter. So this is the radius of the loop, 0.1 meter. You can write 10 power minus 1 meter. Yes, this is the radius. So when a wire, straight wire is bent into a loop, the length of the wire is equal to circumference of the loop. That is the first thing you should understand. This is the geometry. Okay. Now physics is only this much. 10 power minus 1 meter we get the radius. Now next, magnetic dipole moment. First calculation is magnetic dipole moment. I write here. This is the calculation. Actually we need to find out the radius for that part. So magnetic dipole moment. Magnetic dipole moment symbol is what? Magnetic dipole moment of the loop. Symbol is M. M equal to magnetic dipole moment. M equal to NIA. N is 1 here, so it is just I into A. Okay. I is current in the loop. Current of 2 ampere is passed through the loop. So 2 into area pi r square. Pi into r square. Correct? So 2 into pi 3.14 into radius square 10 power minus 1 square. 10 power minus 1. Radius is 0.1 meter. So it can be written 10 power minus 1. It becomes how much? So 2 into 3.14 is 6.28. Okay, into 10 power minus 2. And the unit of magnetic dipole moment M is ampere meter square. So current unit is I unit is ampere, whereas the area unit is meter square. So unit of dipole moment ampere meter square. Then second question is, in this calculation, second question is to find out magnetic field at the center of the loop. So at this point, if I pass a current of 2 ampere, okay, current of 2 ampere, what is the magnetic field at the center of the loop? So magnetic field B at the center, okay, B equal to mu naught I divided by 2R. Mu naught I divided by 2R is the expression for a magnetic field at the center of the loop. Substitute. Mu naught is 4 pi into 10 power minus 7, it is a constant, into current I is 2 ampere. 2 ampere current is passed through the loop. Next, divided by 2R. Radius is 10 power minus 1. Okay, 0.1 or 10 power minus 1. Now you see 2 and 2 cancels. What remains? 4 pi. 4 into pi. 4 into 3.14 into how much? 10 power minus 7. Denominator 10 power minus 1. So 10 power minus 6. Okay. So this is the answer. We can now multiply this. It comes to 12.56. 12.56 into 10 power minus 6. Okay. Unit of magnetic field. Unit of magnetic field is Tesla. Okay. So unit of magnetic field is Tesla. So this is the answer. 12.56 into 10 power minus 6 Tesla. This is the magnetic field at the center of the loop whenever a current of 2 ampere is passed and its radius is 0.1 meter or 10 centimeter. This is the second part. And the third part, what is the torque experience? Whenever this loop, current carrying loop is placed in some other external magnetic field, this loop will experience a torque. This loop will experience a torque. Okay, so torque experience you have to do it. So I will drop this part and do it here. got get now. So I hope you understood this part. Length equal to circumference, hence we get the radius. Okay. So now what I have to do is torque experienced by the loop. So torque formula mb sin theta. That's it. mb sin theta. Okay. Value of m substitute. M we found here already. M value 6.28 into 10 power minus 2 into B, magnetic field. Magnetic field B externally applied, this magnetic field, not the field at the center of the loop. I can assume, give the symbol B naught for the field at the center. B is the externally applied field. This one is the B. This is the external field. Okay, external field of how much? 5 millitesla is applied. 5 millitesla external field B. So that is a 5 millitesla. 5 into 10 power minus 3. Then sin theta. Sin of how much? So now you have to understand plane making an angle of 60 degree with the field. Plane of the coil makes. Okay. So this is the direction of the loop. Okay, this is the direction of the loop. It is suspended like this. And now the plane making an angle of 60 degree. This angle. This is the direction of the field, externally applied field. Okay. This is the externally applied field B vector. And the angle between the plane of the coil and the external field is 60 degree. Now what about theta? Theta means actually angle between area vector or dipole moment. Both are in same direction, because m vector is I into a vector. So area vector and m vector will have same direction. Current is there in the loop. Fine. Okay. So angle theta is the angle between B vector and A vector. Magnetic field B and A vector. That angle. So that angle is 30 degree. So theta will be 30 degree in this problem. So okay. So sin 30. So theta equal to 30 degree between the area vector and the external magnetic field, because 60 degree angle is given, that is angle between the plane of the coil and field. Plane of the coil is like this, field is like this, so that angle is 60 degree. Whereas when you take the direction of area vector normal to the coil, then field will make 30 degree. Okay, the direction of a field will be 30 degree with respect to area vector or dipole moment vector. So that is 30 degree. So now substitute. Okay, so sin 30 is half anyway. Okay, 6.28 into 10 power minus 2 into, okay, so this 10 power minus 2 here, minus 3 here, minus 5. Okay, 5. Sin 30 is half. Now when you divide this 6.28 by 2, 3.14 into 5 into 10 power minus 5. So now multiply these two. What happens? This external field you have to substitute, not the field produced by the coil, not the field produced by loop, the field produced externally, applied externally. So the multiply this 15, then 14 7 is 70, so 0.7. 15.7 into 10 power minus 5. Unit of torque is Newton meter. Unit of torque is Newton meter. So three parts in this problem. First part, length of the loop is equal to circumference of the loop, length of the wire. So we get the radius. Then dipole moment Ia, that is equal to m equal to 6.28. We get this much. Unit of dipole moment ampere meter square. Then we get the magnetic field at the center of the loop. So if it is coil, mu naught n I out. Here n is 1 for a loop. Now mu naught I by 2r, so 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 value of mu naught, then I is 2 ampere divided by 2 into radius. Radius is 0.1 or 10 power minus 1. So finally this much magnetic field at the center. Now third case, when the loop is placed in externally applied magnetic field, not the field of this loop. This field will be there always. This loop will produce a field. But because of the external field, that the loop experiences a torque, and that depends on theta value. Torque depends on theta value. If theta is 0, then torque experience is 0. Okay, so then torque is mb sin theta, m dipole moment, b is external magnetic field value, b value, sin theta, angle between b vector and A vector, that theta you have to take 30 degree. That's all. Solving will get this question completed. So that's all about this question. Make a pause and note down. Then I will go to the next question, number 5. Okay, question number 5 is like this. Two concentric circular coils, each having 10 turns, radius 0.2 meter, 0.4 meter, and carrying currents 0.2 ampere, 0.3 ampere, then respectively in opposite directions. Find the magnetic field at the center of the loop. So their radii are different. Okay, so that there are two loops. Okay, so two coils. In the question number 5, there are two coils. One coil of smaller radius, another of bigger radius. So one coil of radius 0.2 meter, another coil of radius 0.4 meter. Okay, two coils are there. Then next, what you have to do is in the opposite direction currents are there. One current like this, another current this way. How much current is there? 0.2 ampere, 0.3 ampere respectively. See, whenever it comes respectively, for 0.2 meter radius, you have to take 0.2 ampere current. So this one 0.2 ampere current. And in the another coil current is 0.3 ampere, and the number of turns n equal to, or n1 equal to n2 equal to how much? Each having 10 turns. 10 turns, so n value for both the coils is 10. So magnetic field at the center of the coils, concentric means centers are coinciding, both are coils. Both are carrying current, so magnetic field value you have to get. So magnetic field due to circular coil at the center we have to find out. So at the center of a coil, magnetic field, at the center of the coil, magnetic field is given by the formula magnetic field B equal to mu naught Ni by 2R. Mu naught Ni by 2R. So this is the formula. So for first coil, okay, I take coil 1 and this is coil 2. So okay, first coil, magnetic field at the center, first coil. Okay, for first coil, what is the magnetic field? B1. Okay, mu naught N1 I1 divided by 2R1. So N1 number of turns, radius. Okay, so the substitute all the values. B1 equal to, okay, mu naught 4 pi into 10 power minus 7. Okay, then into N number of turns 10 into current is how much? 0.2 ampere in the first one. Okay, divided by, because current I1 is 0.2 I1 and I2 is 0.3. Okay, divided by 2 turns, radius of the inner coil 0.2 meter, in which current is 0.2 ampere. So 0.2 meter radius, 0.2 ampere current, 0.4 meter radius, 0.3 ampere current. So like that you have to take. Now simplification part. So this 0.2 and 0.2 cancels. Fine. So what remains, you see, 4 pi by 2 is 2 pi, okay, into 10 power minus 7 is there, okay, then here 1 plus 1, so 10 power minus 6 Tesla. And magnetic field due to second coil, okay, for second coil, okay, so the magnetic field B2 I get, B2, same formula, mu naught N2 I2 divided by 2R2. Substitution of the values, mu naught 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 into N2 is 10, current in the second coil is 0.3, okay, then divided by 2R, radius of the second coil is 0.4 meter. Now simplification, you see, 0.4 ones are 4 10 times, okay, then division, this 0.3 divided by 2 we can do, and is 0.15, that's it. Now multiplication of what numbers? Pi into 0.15, that's it left out. Pi into 0.15, pi is, let it be, okay, pi is that much, 0.15 pi into 10 power, you see how much? 0.15 pi into 10 power, or 10 I will take here, okay. So 10 into 0.15 is 1.5 pi, 10 into this pi into 0.15, 1.5, and this number will be equal to, like here I did this calculation as 10 power minus 6, so this also 10 power minus 6 Tesla. And see the direction direction of field for this current. If the current is this way, magnetic field outward. So direction of the field outward. Whereas in this magnetic field flowing this way, clockwise current I assumed in the figure. So inwards. So field is inwards. So then the net field at the center. Net field at the center. At the center. See, two fields are opposite direction. Currents are in opposite direction means field direction. So for the inner coil, apply right hand rule like this, current outward. Field is normal outward. For this, if you hold in the right hand, the thumb indicates the direction of the field inwards. So net field B equal to, so which is more? 2 pi is more than 1.5 pi, 10 power minus 6 is common. Okay, so B1 minus B2 net field. 2 pi minus 1.5, that is 0.5 pi into 10 power minus 6 Tesla. Okay, you can multiply the pi value 3.14. 3.14 into 0.5 is 1.57 into 10 power minus 6 Tesla. This is all about this problem. Circular coil, two coils are there. They are in the same plane. Okay, they are in the same plane. Produce each magnetic field at the center. Net field at the center, due to both of them you have to find out. So field due to first coil, field due to second coil. So then as the field directions are opposite, so we have to subtract field of one coil minus field of another coil. So 2 pi minus 1.5 pi is 0.5 pi, multiply pi value 3.14. 0.5 into 3.14, 1.57. So I will continue the remaining questions in the next. Okay. Okay, next the question number 6. The next question number 6. I hope you understood this. Question number 6 I will go. So question 6 is a 2 cm wire carrying a current of 2 ampere is placed inside a solenoid perpendicular to the axis. There is a solenoid like this. Okay. A 2 cm wire carrying length of 2 cm wire. Okay, this is the 2 cm. So there is a solenoid, means this has got certain current in it. Okay, like this. Solenoid is also carrying current, and a wire is there of length 2 cm and current is how much? 2 ampere. So 2 ampere current, 2 cm length of the solenoid is there inside. Okay. And now perpendicular to the axis. Solenoid of length 20 cm has 1000 turns. So 1000 turns are there with the solenoid N value. Okay, 1000 turns, and the length is 20 cm equal to 0.2 meter. Okay, length is 0.2 meter. Then 1000 turns, and current in the solenoid is 5 ampere. 5 ampere is the current in the solenoid I. Okay, I is 5 ampere, whereas this I will take I dash. I dash is the current in the wire. So two situations here. One is a solenoid carrying current, another one is a wire placed inside the solenoid perpendicular to the axis. See, this is the axis of the solenoid. Okay, that wire carrying current of length 2 cm placed perpendicular to the axis of the solenoid. Okay, so I hope you are getting it. So now what you have to do is I have to get the magnetic field at the center of the solenoid. Very simple. Field at the center of solenoid is what? Field, magnetic field, question number 6. Magnetic field at the center of solenoid. At the center of solenoid is, the center of solenoid is B equal to mu naught Ni. This is the formula for the magnetic field. That is mu naught N. Okay, so this is small n. It is small n. But you see, n stands for number of turns per unit length. So n equal to n by L. N equal to number of turns per unit length. Small n means total number of turns divided by the length of the solenoid. So that we have to do. So here, okay, fine. So that is n divided by L into I. Okay, this is the formula. Now substituting 4 pi into 10 power minus 7, the value of mu naught, into n value, number of turns in the solenoid is 1000. 1000 can be written as 10 power 3. Okay, for sake of simplicity. Divided by length. 0.2. Okay, into current in the solenoid is 5 ampere. Current in the solenoid is 5 ampere. So these are the numbers after substitution. Very simple to do calculation. Say 5 into 4. Okay, so I do calculation 5 into 4 20 and 20 divided by 0.2. See, 20 divided by 0.2 is 20 by 2 is 10. 20 by 0.2 is 100. Okay, 20 by 0.2 is 100. So that much. So pi into 10 power minus 7. Okay, first 100 will come. 100. 4 into pi 20 by 0.2. Cancel this. So final answer is 100. Okay, simplification 4 into pi into 5 divided by 0.2. That results 100. Okay. So then into 10 power minus 7 into 10 power plus 3. So I can add up here only plus 3. Now this number you see pi 3.14 into 10 power how much? Here 10 power plus 2 is there. Here plus 3 5. 5 minus 7 is minus 2. Okay, so this is the magnetic field at the center of the solenoid. Mu naught into small n into I. N number of turns per unit length. Whereas turns per unit length is total number of turns divided by the length of the solenoid. And the second calculation, the force on the wire and force per unit length. We have to calculate two numbers. Okay, the second part. This is the first part of the question. Second part of the force is BIL sin theta. Force experienced by any wire or a conductor placed in a magnetic field. Magnetic field is this field produced by the solenoid 3.14 into 10 power minus 2 into I, current in the, so I dash here. Why? Current in the wire you have to take, not in the solenoid, wire. So that is 2 into length of the wire 2 centimeter, 2 into 10 power minus 2. Okay. Then into sin theta is sin 90 degree. Because the wire is perpendicular to the axis. Okay, so then what happens you see, just multiplication, this is 1, okay, 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 3.14 is 12.56 into 10 power, here minus 2 and here minus 2, so minus 4, unit of force is Newton. Okay, this is the force experienced by this wire inside the solenoid. Lastly, force per unit length, very simple, F by L. F by L is, take L to the LHS, that is BI dash sin theta. BI dash sin theta. B value is 3.14. We calculated 3.14 into 10 power minus 2. Into 10 power minus 2 into sin theta. Current I in the wire 2 ampere. Force experienced by the wire and force per unit length also by wire. Into sin 90 is 1. So the answer, multiply this 6.28 into 10 power minus 2 Newton per meter. So this is the force per unit length experienced by the wire. So I hope you understood this. Okay, I hope you completed also. That's it. That's it about the problem here. What you have to get is magnetic field due to solenoid is mu naught Ni. N is N by N. Capital N stands for number of turns, total turns 1000. Whereas small n is turns per unit length, means 1 meter length, how many turns are there? Okay, that is a small n. Instead of n, we take capital N by L of the solenoid. This L is small l for length of solenoid and capital L for the wire placed inside the solenoid axis. Okay, so then we get 3.14 into 10 power minus 2 field at the center of the solenoid. Then force experienced by the wire means B I dash L sin theta. So B is a magnetic field found already. I dash is current in the wire, not in the solenoid. Solenoid current we used here I. Whereas I dash is the current in the wire, force experienced by the wire. So I is here I dash into length L, length of the wire. Okay, so that is 2 centimeter. 2 centimeter length is written. Okay, L, this length 2 centimeter is 2 into 10 power minus 2 meter. That's all about this substitution. Simplification. Sin 90 degree is 1 because of the axis of the solenoid, magnetic field direction of the solenoid. Then the wire are perpendicular, hence theta equal to 90 degree. So the value of force is Newton unit, whereas last